Hello race fans, James Dimmitt with Dimmitt Race Videos on Facebook, Dimmitt Race Videos on YouTube. Welcoming you to a new episode of The Pit Stop. All right, race fans, on this episode of The Pit Stop, I have the current leader in the late model division here at the Grundy County Speedway. He drives the number 3 late model. He is Jim Weber. Jim, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
How did you get started in this whole racing thing?
About 12 years ago, Tom Smith used to own Plymouth Speedway, and for some reason he talked me into coming out and trying to race cars because we used to race motorcycles. And I thought I'd give it a chance, and it was a good fluctuation from going to motorcycles into cars, so it kept your competitive spirit going and just having a fun time.
Last season you came in second in points, just a little bit behind DJ, and this year you're points racing again.
Yeah, we're going to give it one more year. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of effort. It's just a lot of time consumption. I don't have a whole bunch of people to help us. It's just me and some friends putting a car together, coming out to the racetrack and doing what we can do.
What other tracks have you raced at?
We went to Pensacola. We were racing a season at Berlin. Plymouth Speedway was where I started out at. We also raced in Mobile, Alabama, and in Birmingham, Alabama. Or not Birmingham, Alabama. Montgomery, Alabama.
Tell me a little bit more about Pensacola. That was the Snowball Derby?
Yeah. So we went down there. We went and raced with Ross Kenseth, who's a friend of ours. And we thought we'd bring the pro car. We figured if we had some time, I'd race the pro car, he can race the super. And we started getting pretty good with the pro. So we're like, we're going to give it a chance, you know. So we threw some tires on it. We were top 10 or top 7, I believe, in practice. So then we're like, we're going to go ahead and try and run this race. So we qualified. We qualified in the top 10 and started, I believe, 9th behind some really good heavy hitters. And there was like, I think 60 cars that were tried out for the race. So just to make the race, everyone was super happy. And then I was halfway through the race and I remember thinking, this car's got a little bit more. I'll push a little bit more. And we started driving through the field a little bit. And I think we were right 9th, 10th. And last lap, there was a big wreck. And coming off a 4, I slowed down and 2 guys passed me coming to the checkers, which I didn't know you had to race back to. And we ended up, I think, 12th overall. So that was a good run, though. We had a good time. Car came back clean and had fun with Ross.
If you had a chance, would you do the Snowball Derby again?
Man, it's a lot of work, a lot of cars. It's maybe, but I'm never saying no, but I'd lean towards probably not. But I do Pensacola. I love Pensacola. It's a great place to race, so I'd do the track. Just maybe not the Snowflake and Snowball because all those cars combined together, just getting to the pits is harder than getting to the race with all the cars down there, so it's just crazy.
Last week, you had a pretty good battle going with Blake Brown in the number 71. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so we got to the front. We had to put away Ricky. Then we had to put away Nate Kelly. Then we had to put away James, who's really doing well out here. And then it ended up being me and Blake for the last 10. It was just tough, tight race, and I've raced with Blake plenty of times in the front. He and I have battled. And I respect him enough to know that he was fast, and we come off the corner a couple times. He got into me, but he gave me the chance to regroup. That's all I asked for. Just don't drive through me. You can drive into me. Don't drive through me. He let me collect it up, and we battled for the last 10 laps, and he was a little bit better than me for sure, but we were able to hang on because track position meant a lot that race.
What do you think about this whole rubbing his racing thing?
I love it. I don't want it. Like when you go to Pensacola, it's more finesse. You go to Berlin, it's more finesse. Here, every one of these bumpers is going to get a little bit of a beating, and I like that kind of racing. It makes it, to me, I think it's more exciting, and it wakes you up in the car a little bit more. I think it's more of a challenge.
What would you say is one of the keys to winning a championship?
Well, I watched DJ do it last year. So DJ, a couple times, he probably could have won a couple more races, and he conceded and was able to top 3, top 5 all the time. That was his consistency. So that's why last week I was thinking, okay, top 3, top 5. And I learned a lot watching him do it. So there's a couple races we got taken out last year. 2 of them we were going to win, got taken out. And that kind of cost us the championship. Instead of maybe riding for second or riding for third, I wanted to get the win because, I like going out to try and win the race more so than this points racing. I'm trying to change my mindset on it, but when you got a car, you kind of want to, your competitive nature takes over and you forget about points when you're out there racing.
How do you bounce back when you have a good car but you just can't quite make it to the fronts? How do you bounce back from that?
it's hard. It eats you through the week, and you try and figure out what you did wrong, what you did right, and you try and correct it the next time. It's racing. Every single week you try and get better.
What do you like to do away from racing to relax or just kind of get away from it?
Yeah, like I have a boat and a lake house down the street from here. So like I'll go with Ricky Baker, who's down here. We'll go out to the lake and hang out. So it's like the same people I come here to try and win and beat on the track are the same people I like to have a beer with off the track too. So and like I said, that's why I don't like coming back to pits and seeing a trophy on someone else's car, but still fun.
Do you watch baseball?
I do.
Cubs or Sox?
Absolutely Sox. I used to really hate the Cubs, but I've gotten over it since both teams are so terrible. Just kind of, they're like this year they're both terrible, so it's kind of like waiting for hockey season now. The Hawks got the #1 pick, so we'll see how that goes.
Speaking of hockey, do you follow the Stanley Cup playoffs at all?
Yeah.
You going for Florida or Vegas?
I think Vegas is going to do it this year. It'd be nice to see that because Florida's already had their championship. I'd like to see Vegas get a championship. It'd be kind of fun.
Well, good luck tonight. Thanks for the interview.
Thanks, James.
Fans, don't forget to come out and see the races in person. It's always more fun. Thanks for watching.